Party people in the place to be. You know how we be. Got a vision, got it to the table. You know the rules. You definitely know how the fuck we play. You heard? Yes, indeed, man. We got another one. We gonna get deep this time. Pardon me. Yeah, we gonna get real deep. The situation at hand is what I want to really build on, man. You know, the confusion, man. The confusion and the understanding, and also the personal experience and the personal embrace and also the personal surroundings. Let's deal with Exhibit A, the confusion. You see, a main issue is that being that this hip hop thing is going on, this 50th year, 51 years we've been here, right? The internet is involved, heavy. This is you know, TikTok world, IG world, pull out your camera world, everybody recording. You know, when hip hop started in 1973, we didn't have that. You know, we dealt with and we preyed on and we sported, you know, Puma suits, a lot of breaking, a lot of graffitiing, a lot of dancing, a lot of cocaine, a lot of robberies, a lot of burned buildings. Things of that nature, right? And you gotta understand, the confusion thing is that Puerto Ricans was around. They was always around. I mean, it's times you can say when you was on the floor and everybody was getting arrested, you had your head down on the floor and the cop had his knee in the back of your neck and you turned around. 9 times out of 10 it was a Puerto Rican dude laying on the floor having the same treatment that you was going through. You know, the confusion is that everybody has so much different experiences when you say black and Puerto Rican. A lot of people experiences has been real bad. A lot of people experiences been extremely well, extremely good, extremely pleasant. A lot of people don't see the difference. Exhibit A still dealing with the confusion. The confusion part is, especially being black or Latino. And then you have a lot of people in New York City that are black and Latino. Father's black, mother's Puerto Rican, vice versa, switch it however you want to call it. How you think those motherfuckers feel right now when this is in the air with all the black and Puerto Rican and who started and who was there? With this internet involved and everybody speaking, a lot of y'all are not New York bound. A lot of y'all don't know nothing about the 5 boroughs. Some of y'all visit. Some of y'all came through. Some of y'all, you know, hung out. A lot of y'all family members. Some of y'all come visit summer to summer. But it's different when you're born and breed. You're living in the New York area, you know what I'm saying? You're feeling the feel of hip hop. You know, Puerto Ricans and blacks, for some people, are so like this, is common ground, yo. You know, you start to do business with them, you start to party with them, they start to become family. And then you have others that it wasn't just like that. You might have had someone experience literally what the mother said to the son. Don't hang out with them. Don't hang out with them. Not knowing that kid that downstairs waiting for Johnny to come downstairs and hang out, you don't know that this kid is half Spanish. So the mother is saying, oh, don't hang out and speaking in Spanish while you shouldn't hang with niggas and shit like that, saying it right to it. He's just looking at her like, wow. And all Johnny can say is, yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, man. And as time goes by, Johnny and the black and Latino friends started hanging out more and more. And the mother started to begin like Johnny. The mother started to like the black Latino kid, and they started getting along, and 20 years later they still friends. You know, it's all type of experiences, man. Like for example, right? You got people like Fat Joe, don't like Fat Joe, whatever, right? But look like a person like for Fat Joe, right? 52 years old, about 51, 52, whatever. He's at the age where literally he's seen everything. If you're from 50 and up, you practically was damn near in the beginning stages. Like in the beginning stages, you like from 73 to 79, 80. Granted, you was a boy, but hip hop was still growing. It was still, you know, being spread out through the 5 boroughs around those times. It was a lot of partying and stuff like that. African Bobby was out here doing his thing, doing his numbers. You know, it was crazy with them because it was a lot of peace and loving and fun and all that. But like the Zulu Nation, Black Spades and all that, they doing a lot of wild gang shit. Like, there was a lot of gang shit with the motherfuckers, man. It was funny because it's like peace, love, and fun. He was always robbing and beating up people and going against other crews and shit, especially in Bronx River. Motherfucker, Bronx River, man. Especially like in the 80s and the 90s. They was fucking beefing with so many different crews and projects and sets, man. I think Bronx River done fought everybody, man. It was one time, it was like everybody versus Bronx River. I swear to God, man. I'm not even like talking crazy, man. They got it in with Eater Wall. They got it in with Co-op niggas. They got it in with Parkchester niggas. They got it in with like they had beef with everybody. And then it's crazy because niggas inside Bronx River had beef with each other. Like I never understood like how the niggas was acting like them niggas just robbing each other, go out rob niggas, come back home rob each other, and go shoot out with each other, then back beefing with niggas. Niggas had beef with everybody, man. Everybody was getting in active with them projects, and it was just funny to me. You know, not saying I grew up in these times because, you know, I'm a late 70s baby, so, you know, my 80s and 90s factor. But, you know, I'm surrounded by OGs and loved ones. And I got ties in Bronx River, you know what I'm saying? You know, peoples in them and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm privy. When you in the Bronx, you know, is a blessing. You get to hear stories, you get to see people that was there, that could tell you things, you know what I'm saying? That's why it was crazy. this homosexuality thing was coming up with African Bambaataa, I remember like, damn, like, for me, like when I first heard the news, right, when they was saying, oh yeah, he gets down, it's African Bambaataa. It was OG saying like, oh, that guy been like that, man. When they was like, oh, he gets down like that, I didn't. This is African Bambaataa here we talking about. We talking about a pioneer hip hop. So I want to say I got the news and it was privy to me. Probably like late 90s when it put out there to me, like somebody said a joke, like, and it was like an African Bambaataa for phrase, and they was just like, nah. And somebody was like, what are you doing? What? And it was like I'm trying to remember how it was so long ago. It's like somebody said like a homo phrase. And you put it like this. You know how people be like, no Diddy, right? It was equivalent to that. And I'm like, why would you put African Bambaataa name in something like that? What is wrong with you? And I had an OG that was in the park. He was like, yo, African Bambaataa is a homo. And he walked off. And I'm like, what? And he told me all type of stories. And I was like, God damn, you really hate African Bambaataa. Like, I'm listening to him telling me so much shit, right? I had no idea. Like, I'm telling you, this is like probably 1998, 99. So I'm just listening to this like, damn, you really hate African Bambaataa. A few months later, I seen one of my other old homies. I'm kicking it. I'm talking to the guy. I'm like, this nigga say your African Bambaataa is like, you was literally like, call African Bambaataa homo. You was touching kids and doing things in bed, like, and I'm like, this nigga crazy, man. And my nigga was looking at me like, no, he does get down like that. Like, that eyes. I'm like, what? Like, that's old, like, that's old news, brother. Like, that's so old. Like, when you was a child, this nigga was getting down. I was like, no. Like, yeah. Like, no. He's like, yeah. So I'm saying to say this. I caught that news like when I was like, it was like 98 when I heard it. When I first heard it, I was just like, nah. Then it was just like more and more people was like, yeah. So time 2002 and 2003 and 2000, all that got around, it was just plenty to me. It was like, Ben heard that. Then it was always who told me first. That always rung in my head like, yeah, it is, man. That is true. And then out of nowhere, Hassan Campbell coming out, Ronald Savage, and all these people. And I'm like, yeah. So it was never like being from the Bronx and living in the Bronx, and all that. It's like when you heard that news, it wasn't like no news because it was like people knew, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's just crazy, like how much that man contributed to hip hop, what he did in the streets and all that, and the things that the nigga was into, like, it's fucking crazy. So like, a person like Fat Joe, like, he's been in it from the jump. Like, he sees, he's in those projects, he lifting crates, people knew him from way back. The nigga did 30 years, he's got the key to the Bronx, like, a Puerto Rican like himself. How can you tell him, yo, we wasn't there? I get it, but it's a confusion because here's the personal. We break it down the personal. People feel personal about the situation. Like, some Puerto Ricans had it rough. Like, they might have been in the projects where it's dominantly black. And maybe coming up, he looks different, acts different, talks different. Niggas wasn't fucking with him. Like, so first, you know, he probably had long hair. People made fun of him. Called him a girl. He grew up different. To the point, he couldn't even walk to the store. He had to fight. And fight. And fight. Before you know it, he's damn near teenager status. He fought everybody in the projects. For making fun of him, the respect came. Started wilding. Mother couldn't tame him. All of a sudden, the hood loved him. 10 years later, 15 years later down the line, still in the projects. He's a legend. People grew up different. You see things from the beginning, see things from the past, see things in the future. He's still there repping. People grew up different. All around them black people, all around them black influences. All you know is black. Baby mother's black. Girl that give him head is black. Eat black food. Black people feed him all the time. All he fucking knows is what he's been around. The personal experience, the personal experience. When you are Latino, you live in the projects, let's say you in Brooklyn. You live in the projects and there's Guyanese people, Trinity people, Haitian people, Barbados people, all in, you got one Latino. And differently in Brooklyn, there's a respect thing. You're talking like them, you're moving like them. It's to the point, you've been in them projects so long, motherfuckers think you like Haitian or something. You're talking, you're walking, you're around them. Some of them are your closest allies, your friends. How can you tell somebody like him that he hasn't been down, he hasn't been involved? But see, here's the issue is, the style, the look, the influence, it was a come along thing, man. Y'all came along, y'all was there, y'all seen. Y'all was scared to speak up. Y'all was scared to be heard. Black culture added on. Y'all was there. But we provided, put it out there. We put the match out there. We wanted to break dance. Y'all was watching. Y'all got the graffiti cans. Started tagging on the wall. We was inspired. They give y'all Latinos, man. Y'all got real busy in that factor. Y'all, some of y'all Dominicans too. But I was definitely getting your tag on and your graffiti on. Manifest that too, man. We put that out there for y'all. Y'all definitely took the sculpture and made it to y'all own thing. I give y'all that. You know, all in the discos, all in the parties, all in the, you know what I'm saying? We was selling a lot of cocaine to y'all. You know what I'm saying? You know, things kind of went different and drifted, you know. A lot of cocaine in Washington Heights. You know, a lot of blacks started, you know, doing business with a lot of Dominicans. You know what I'm saying? And it just became a gathering thing. It was always a close-knit fit. You ain't from New York, you ain't gonna understand it, man. You ain't gonna know the vibe. You out of town, you gonna think somebody thinking Puerto Ricans is like white people, yo. You might think that. I had a cousin, I never forget, a cousin told me from North Carolina, said to me, see you like them white women. She's not white, she's Puerto Rican. It's the same thing. Just looked at her like, she's not from New York. That's what they think out of towners. Word, I heard somebody else say that. And I was like, wow, but that's what they think. Not from New York, man. You don't walk that walk, your feet ain't on that concrete. You're just not gonna get the embrace and the love that we have for each other. So many times we gave out loans, and so many times we done did things for each other. Even to the point of motherfucking borrowing sugar and cheese and bread on both sides. Both sides, yo. How many times a black mother can watch the Latino kid, vice versa, flip it? There's a lot of unity, there's a lot of understanding, there's a lot of mixed breeding, a lot of fucking black men fuck a lot of Puerto Rican and Dominican women. I don't think you understand that. And Puerto Rican women and Dominican women like fucking black men. I don't think you understand that. It's some to the point where some Dominican brothers and some Spanish brothers just accept it. You know how many times your baby mother, your wifey, your girl got some black dick in her? You know how many times you came home, she was sucking off a black man dick? It's to the point y'all just accept it. Like, she always cheating on me. It's not that she always cheated. It's just that she like that black thing in her, man. It's addictive, man. These ladies love it. You know what it is. So, the personal embrace of feeling of ownership, man, it's so deep because it's like it depending on who you are, where you're from, how you seen it. Everybody looking at the project's window see a different vision, a different perspective, a different way of living, a different way of growing up. Some were disrespected, some were respected. But we gotta just accept the fact that black culture, black African American popular culture, music, hip hop, we embody that. We are that. That is us. Y'all caught on very early. The problem is the unity that we have is the reason why Puerto Ricans speak out. Y'all remember? Listen, man. Y'all feel so down, and y'all are, man. Remember when it take two to make a thing go right? It take two to make it out of sight. Yo, when that record came on, you Latinos motherfuckers lost your mind. We don't know if somebody was gonna get cut. We don't know if some girl was just gonna start dancing with somebody. We didn't know if some gunshots was gonna go off. Y'all went crazy when that record. We celebrated that record together. You gotta understand the togetherness of that record that I'm talking about. It takes two raw bass. What's that motherfucking DJ name? Easy Rock, raw bass, Easy Rock. Am I saying it right? I believe so. Well, anyway, you gotta be from New York to understand this. But just know, and you gotta remember that time when that record came out. That was a summer record when it dropped. Man, the unity. When that record came on, motherfuckers can damn near be killing each other. When that record came on, there was the unity with black and Latinos. It was like this, man, like this. You had to been in New York to understand it. But like I said earlier, a lot of people realities are different. People seen racism coming from Latinos. Black people experience it, vice versa. I might have got a lot of love from Latinos. My homie might have caught a lot of hate. A case he caught from dealing with a Spanish dude that changed his whole life. He's still dealing with it today. That's not my reality. I had a lot of love and got caught, and some friends of mine. So that's back to the ownership. It's so bonded in people, especially that been there early on, and when they can say y'all was X, Y, and Z, damn near close and standing next to Kool Herc. I get the feeling and the ownership that you feel that you have. I understand. Remember though, you was watching. You got inspired. You was turned on. Pause. You did the graffiti. You started the breaking. Started watching the stage shows, the block parties, going into the disco. Your whole diaphragm changed, you know what I'm saying? Turtleneck wearing, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucking corduroys, you know what I'm saying? The bomber jackets, the 8 balls. The original new Jordans came out, man. He was a high-time drug dealer. Let me tell you something, man. Let me explain something. 85, 88, 89. Let's say 88, 89. A little bit of 90s. Nigga had these on his feet around those times. You seen a nigga around those time had those in his feet. He was an infamous drug dealer. He was serious. I mean, certain niggas wore those on their feet. The official niggas. No bullshit. The real OGs. Yeah. Certain niggas couldn't wear 8-ball jackets. Certain niggas couldn't wear certain different chains. Just getting your shit taken. It's real serious in New York. The culture progressed from the disco era. You know, when the disco era came in, you know, you're in Manhattan. A lot of the ill parties was in Manhattan. White people hang out in Manhattan. That's how a lot of business deals started to progress in these clubs. These record execs seeing these. What is this rap, this hip hop thing, this rap thing? Let me come down and see what it's about. One black guy showing them coming down. You got the white blondies that step into the world records and the influences of Rick Rubin and stuff like that. That all came from that disco era, being down and getting exposed to this black culture thing. One of the pieces of it, Sugar Hill Records. All this stuff inspired from that disco era. As we leaved into the 80s, we started getting to the 90s. The club scene got a little more grimier, a little more rough, a little more tough. And at this time in the 90s, we got Fat Joe, Onyx, Wu-Tang coming in, things is very differently, like, you know what I'm saying? This rap thing is starting to get like really worldwide. Latinos are still around. I get the ownership, but y'all must understand that y'all was inspired and y'all watch. Y'all was there. But y'all cannot have the title saying y'all created ambassadors, first hand, honorable mention, anything but the creation. But then I understand why some of y'all feel like that, especially being from New York, damnly especially being from the Bronx. It's so sensitive, man. I feel your pain. It's deep. Ownership. Personal feelings. I mean, there's so many Latinos that have been through so much shit. How you gonna tell them, like, get the same food stamps that you get? Y'all get it at the same time. He called you and said, yo, your shit hit? Yeah, my shit just came in. Mine's too. It's deep. I understand how y'all feel. But just know, this is our shit. Gutter Vision, Gut Entertainment. You know the rules. You definitely know how the fuck we play.